to Breakout Racing League. We're here at Zandvoort here for the Dutch Grand Prix. It is the 13th round of the championship. It is the final round of 2021 for Breakout Racing League. ACC still tomorrow, but for Formula One side, it is the final race of the year. And we're going to go out with a wet qualifying. Who knows what the race will bring up for us, but we'll have to wait and see. And joining me as always is the future iRacing champion, Katra. Welcome to Zandvoort.
I don't know about that. I still have a long way to go even put in the same conversation to some people. But yeah, here in Zandvoort, Circuit Park Zandvoort to be specific, for the 13th round of the Breakout Racing League Tier 1 season. Obviously, this circuit, built in 1948, had it hosted every Formula One Grand Prix in the Netherlands from 1948 to 1985, and then we had a 35-year break until we came back in 2021. 14 corners, 10 to the right and 9 to the left for a 4.529-kilometer track distance with 36 corners, 2 DRS zones, none of which active during qualifying because the weather has persisted.
Yes, it has. It is a wet one here at the moment. With 16 minutes to go in the session, everybody making their way out on intermediate tyres. So we'll be interested to see what everybody will be doing, see how long this qualifying session will be in wet conditions, or are we going to go to dry? We'll have to wait and see, or we could just throw a spanner in the works and go to wet tyres, which would be very cruel, but who knows, that probably will not happen. We have Ferrari now out on circuit at the moment. Where is Bailey? Bailey, because championship leader at the moment. And, well, I tell you what, it is fascinating at the moment. Everyone's talking about, is Bailey going to bottle a championship with that big margin in the points? I don't think Bailey will. I've said that before, everybody. I don't think Bailey will. But we'll have to wait and see. There's still a long way to go in the championship. Of course, we've got a 2-week break coming up over the Christmas and New Year break. But tonight will be an interesting one to see how it all plays out, and especially in these wet conditions at the moment.
Yeah, so that's one thing to talk about, especially coming over from Tier 2. The top of the hill, Turn 6 into Turn 7, has been a trouble spot, especially in the wet. We had full wets, and then we had intermediate qualifying, and that was a trouble spot, especially there. And Turn 14, we'll see how these drivers, negotiate the track here. It is going to be a dry, wet, dry race as well, so the conditions will kind of deviate again. We could have some chaos. We had it in Tier 2. Please let there happen in Tier 1 as well.
Oh my God, it's the Tier 1 curse. Tier 1's like that all the time. It's unbelievable. But, wow. So that's going to be interesting, especially a track like this. So there's a lot of talk about strategy. I mean, soft medium pretty easy, but that's not going to be the worry now. But if we stay in ITS conditions here for the rest of this qualifying, boy, that's going to make things very interesting on what everyone wants to do at the start of the race, as Bailey almost spun it out of Turn 1.
There's a chance, by the way, according to Chandler, that the rain could persist towards the end of qualifying, but then start to dry up. As, by the way, Mumu goes third, Neymar fourth, Edu goes behind his, fellow Alpine teammate in fifth, Ferrari at sixth. It's pretty close so far between these guys, the top 6 being within 7 tenths of each other. Triggs goes for provisional pole by 58 seconds.
Legend Driggs goes to the top 18.519. Here is Crispy in the AlphaTauri, but he slowed down. Supply Raptor now goes to the top with an 18.413. And very good time there, but there's still a long way to go in this session. Times will get faster and faster as the session goes on, as Chandler now goes to P4 in the Mercedes. And going to try to find a Denny Rick out there as well. No, Denny Rick pulls off the side and had to hold on to it there because he almost ran up the back of the Alfa Romeo there, as Hooperlicious is out there on a time right now in the Red Bull, as I quickly just look for the points.
He was just kind of saying hi.
Yes. Kind of saying hi there, absolutely. As we'll stick on board here with Hooperlicious as a beautiful breeze comes through my window. It is very hot in Australia at the moment, over 1,000,000 degrees. So if today's commentary is not good by me, you know why. Championship at the moment is 87 points for Bailey, as that looks like an Alpine spinning behind, but Hoop goes P11. And I don't know which Alpine it was, but there was an Alpine that did half spin.
Neymar.
Thank you. As Danny Rick now will be sent off for lap time as well. 51 seconds off that time. And Axe now out there. Supply Raptor improves to 18-0 as Axe now goes P8. And yeah, the championship at the moment, it is 87 points the gap. Hoop in P3, 90 points behind. Supply Raptor 103 and Axe in P5, 106 points behind, and 111 points for Alfa Romeo over Red Bull. So Alfa have got a good stranglehold on the constructors, but the drivers could change after the season break. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough gap to really close in, especially the Drivers' Championship being pretty much, 87 points, you said, for first to second for Bailey to Minico. And Hoop, as everyone's been saying, he could possibly have a chance at this. He's 90 points back, and he has a good chance to come back. He has 12 races to do it. By the way, Zanavs goes to P5 and improves the Ferrari. But the constructors, I think, is pretty much, it's towards the nature of maybe being too far gone.
Ooh. I'll clip that. I'd clip that, anyone watching, for the end of the season. Who knows? I think you're kind of right, though. I think you're actually kind of right. But you never know. There's still a good chunk of rounds to go, and just one bad race from Alfa Romeo, and any of their competitors to have a real good race could get themselves back into it. As Chandler comes into the pits, 0.07 off Supply Raptor at the moment, and a few drivers actually making their way into the lane to get maybe another set of intermediate tyres on. It's still raining and on circuit. No sign of dry at the moment, but we'll just have to wait and see as Danny Rick has gone off again.
Yeah, he has no front wing, so this is not really the best debut for him so far in this season. He was there last season and the season before that, so he's just kind of making his way back in. Now he's back in the pit lane. So see what he can do in the Williams here tonight. And we have some drivers back on flying laps once again. The top three in the pit lane, and the gap between Chandler and Raptor, I'm just now looking at it, 7 milliseconds.
Yes, it's quite close. As we see now, Ferrone out to the line. Driggs has already got the sauce selected. As Ferrone goes to P3, it's just still light at the moment, but I think we could be right in seeing some dry weather at the end of this session. We'll have to wait and see. Bailey back out there on a lap right now as well. We've got many drivers out there on lap times at the moment. Fern now going to see what he could do in the Williams.
Yeah, going through 13, it's a tough, difficult corner in the dry, much less the wet, but through 14 is going to be the crucial point, like I said earlier. If these drivers can manage a little bit of a wiggle between the back end for Fern there, but he crosses the line up to P3.
Wow. Well, that surprised me as Crispy goes P3. And look how close that margin is now between first and third. Very close here in qualifying so far with 9 minutes to go. And I feel like it'll just keep getting on closer and closer.
Yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of close calls.
Bailey with a huge moment there. I believe coming out of turn 10. Great save by the Alfa Romeo driver there. But my goodness me, that was a big old moment there as Neymar goes to P9.
Yeah, Chandler's now going to be on an out lap again, but right now he's going to be trying to focus forward and trying to grab that pole position away from Raptor. Only 7 milliseconds of drift from him, but we've seen a lot of close qualifying so far this, I guess today, more specifically, from this tier and from tier 2. In fact, we had 2 drivers tied with the exact same lap time. Could we see that here tonight? It's been close. I mean, look down, and it's kind of evened out now, but the battle for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th at one moment, we had 4 or 5 drivers separated by about 5 milliseconds, and they're starting to get a little bit up there now. You see the top 3 only separated by about a 10th. Crispy to the line in a few seconds' time, around 14.
Let's go on board with a lap with Chandler Zeta for a lap time around Zandvoort. Turn 1, most likely your best opportunity for a pass here tonight. Would definitely guarantee that's where you're going to get your absolute best opportunity. Turn 2, turn 3, difficult part of the circuit where the chaos can really erupt. We've seen that throughout the week, throughout the tiers. It's been really intense. And coming up now through 4 and 5, if you remember, realistic last season was where we had an absolute car park of cars. As we come through one of my difficult corners on circuit, turn 7, and Chandler had a bit of a struggle through there, but he did it very nicely. And purple in the first sector for the Mercedes driver here at the moment. So let's see what he can do in this second sector, if he can find something. He only needs to find a little bit to get up there at the moment. Coming up to the end of the second sector now through this absolute, arena of fans here at Zandvoort. Not quite like Mexico, but still, it's arena of fans here in Zandvoort. Turn number 13, 14. You want to get it absolutely right, especially coming up to the final corner, because we're seeing many cars having big moments coming out of that final corner. He gives them a little bit of a tap, and let's see what Chandler can do. He doesn't improve. And my goodness me, look how close it is now between the top 5.
Yeah, it's extremely close. And by the way, it stopped raining, so now they're just waiting for the track to dry up. And it could be not too far away, 6 minutes ago. We could possibly see some dry running.
Well, I can tell you this right now. There's going to be a quiet period here, because there's going to be a lot waiting to the last moment. I guarantee you there's going to be a lot waiting to the last moment here, because who knows, it could not dry out enough, as now Neymar makes it an even closer between the top 6. He goes P4 in the Alpine. Wow.
6 drivers separating by a tenth. That is extremely close. Neymar and Zenev 1 millisecond apart. And it's kind of funny, back to what you said a little bit earlier about the realistic race a season ago, or 2 seasons ago, was it? No, it was a season ago.
Because I was in it.
The amount of cars in that wreck, because obviously it wasn't streamed, unfortunately, and I really wish it was. The amount of cars in that incident, it was turn 4 up to turn 6. It might as well been from 6 down to 17th in this qualifying session. And that is how many cars were there. Hopefully we don't see that happen this time. Obviously these drivers are going to do the best they can, because it could be an interesting dynamic of weather as it goes from wet to probably intermediate, and they're thinking it's going to dry up towards the end of the race.
And if you want to see anything from that crash, go to Mitchy950 on YouTube. Bit of a plug there.
I want to see that myself. I want to see myself.
And shout out to myself getting now a P9 from Realistic on Thursday.
Yeah. Go on.
Yeah.
Actually,
because I believe Jared got a penalty now, so I got up to P9.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
After a full season of being at Alfa Romeo last season, not getting 1 point, I come back and do one race for Alfa Romeo and get 2 points.
Well, I was going to say you doubled your points tally, but anything multiplied by 0 is still 0. So.
Well, I've gotten a couple points in reserves for Realistic, I believe, but. It shows you to realistic managers out there, if you want me to get some points for you, give me a call when I'm available.
Yeah.
Brazil, I'll be there. All right.
Don't make me do it to 100% commentary.
Oh, God.
I love it.
Oh.
Actually, you know what? Do it. I'll be all right.
If it happened, oh, God. Brazil 100, it's so going to happen again, isn't it? Oh, my God.
Bring it on.
I know it's going to happen, because Catch will ring me up and say, hey, Mitchell, can you help me out here? Because I don't want to do 100%.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
17.87 for Chandler Sater. Goes to the top. And you can tell we're just in a calming period at the moment, because things are going to heat up in the next 2 minutes. Drunken Shamrock goes P15. And a lot of drivers just sitting and waiting, because it has stopped, but it's just not enough for drivers at the moment. But I guarantee you there's going to be someone that will try the softs and hope for their best to maybe get something out of it. But I don't know at the moment. I just don't know.
Yeah, I've seen not too many people are too, I guess, excited, if you could say, with the way that the track is kind of drying out. We had a couple of drivers switch on to the soft compounded tire, but then they switched back. And guys like Axe, he's gone on an outlap on the intermediate, and he may not have enough time. It may be close, but he may not have enough time to come back. Oh, Ferrari almost lost the car, but it could be close. Fern has it soft. Drix has it soft right now. Everyone else has it intermediate. Could we see some soft runners? It could be close.
It will be close, Driggs. I'll be stunned if not one driver comes out here and tries it, because you never know with this game. It could dry out in 1 millisecond and you could get pole and just make this race go crazy. But it looks like at the moment we're going to see a lot. Everyone's sticking the inches. There's no risk here at the moment by a few here at the moment. So Chandler's on top at the moment. We only got milliseconds to go. 2 minutes to go here in the session. And 1:17.876 is the time to beat here at the moment. Fern out there, Neymar out there, Sinav, they're all on hot laps at the moment. Sinav about to cross the line. What is Sinav going to do? He does improve and goes P3 for the Ferrari. So not bad job by the Ferrari driver here at the moment. And I'm just awaiting that McLaren to come out on the softs just to make me happy that someone's doing what I would do. But Mumu now out there as well. So all lap times are beginning here at the moment to try to see who can take pole position.
Yeah, Hoop was just improved up to 6th. He almost lost the car through 14. Luckily for him, he saved it because there's no runoff at 14. He was oh so close to that barrier. And by the way, if you're not out by now, Drix has gone out. So he's the only one that's going to try it. Ferrari nuts in the pit lane. He needs to go out now. And if this works out to Drix's favor, this reminds me, and I believe you can remember this, Azerbaijan a season ago in Tier 1. Look at the jumbled grid that was. This could happen again.
I don't think I was there for that one. Oh, he's gone. Well, maybe not. Maybe that was not the right call. Maybe that was, that was not the right call. Okay, well, that just shows you why I'm just a commentator.
Oh!
As Mumu now coming up to the end of his run here at the moment. Danny Rick, I believe, has crashed. As we will watch the AlphaTauri, who's actually, no, he's not on a lap, so never mind. Senav goes out for again. So let me try and see the next one to cross the line. Hoop, he's a little bit down on his time, so he is done. He will get another lap in, so he will try again. Here comes Crispy. He's down on his time, so he'll get another lap in as well. So everybody getting their lap times in. We see Supply Raptor, who will not get to the line in time. So that is his day done. Neither will Driggs, even though Driggs has probably a bit of a damaged wing. So let's find Bailey now. Bailey is here, coming up to the first sector. Slightly up on his time. Fern, Neymar, they're done. His Axe, he's done. He's 2 seconds off the pace. Chandler's up on his time. Sinav is off his time. Hoop is slightly down. As we see Maniko slightly down as well. Not really anyone on quick times here at the moment. Mumu out there. Sinav, actually. Sinav's done as well. So everyone's not got their quick lap times in here at the moment. There may be some that might slightly improve, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to take pole. I could be proven wrong though. We'll have to wait and see. The AlphaTauri crosses the line. He does not move up. Hoop, does he move up? No, he does not. Crispy is done, and I think it's going to be pole for Chandler. He's down on his time, so that is pole position and a Mercedes 1-2.
Yeah, Axe went up there and had a great lap because remember he was down at 15th before going out. He was kind of contemplating on should it be the intermediates or the sauce, but now it definitely shows the intermediates were the right call. And now it's a Mercedes 1-2 for the Dutch Grand Prix.
Yes, indeed. 1-2, Chandler and Axe. It's going to be an interesting start. No doubt about it. So it's Chandler, Axe, Supply Raptor doing very well in position number 3. Sinav, Fern, Neymar, Hoopalicious, Crispy, Bailey down in P9, Maniko P10, Edu, Ferrari Nut, Driggs, Mumu Milk, Danny Rick, Drunkard Shamrock, and Sirhan is the field. As folks, stay with us. We'll be right back. Did you know Breakout Racing League has brand new match merch, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, we got the tees, we got the hoodies, we got the phone cases, we got that sexy mug there. Oh, that mug looks very good. We got the leggings, we got absolutely everything your heart desires for Breakout Racing League's new merch. And don't forget, if you want to purchase Breakout Racing League merch, Fan 10 to get 10% off your purchase as we now head to the track. And folks, I can't wait to see Katra do the same ad in a voiceover herself. Can't wait for her to do that. For Tier 2, look out for that. And if it's good enough, I'll just use that myself. Oh, folks, you can't wait for when I pay Katra $100 to do stuff for me. Do stuff for the stream. That came out wrong! Oh my god! Oh, folks, you can tell it's that's going to be clipped and that's going to haunt me late in the season, in Bailey's end of season video. Oh, that's going to haunt me for life.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Oh. It's good to laugh, folks. It's good to laugh.
I was gonna say I could barely open up Task Manager, but you know.
You'll get there. Folks, tell Katra, she's gonna get there. It took me a while to get used to things, trust me. It took me a long time to get used to things.
Oh my god.
When we get used... right, enough of me saying very out of context stuff. I love how it took Katra like a minute to realise what I said.
Yeah, you could like hear
the moment I said it, I was like, oh
what?
no.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I don't see an issue with it. Oh. Oh no.
Oh, this is why Skep pays us the big bucks here in Tier 1. Well, no, he doesn't. We get paid like...
No, he doesn't pay us.
No. He said to me once he would, but I was like, no, please don't. I do it for free. I do it for love for free. All right, enough of whatever just happened. Supply Raptor on the medium tyres. We got Drinks on the mediums. We got Sirhan on the mediums, and Port in as well on the medium tyres. And real quickly, because we were laughing too much, predictions for the race, Katra.
Well, the last 10 of the last 10 of 10 winners of the Dutch Grand Prix have started from pole, and the average qualifying finish for the winner of the Dutch Grand Prix is 2.7. So it's going to be a Merc. It could very well be Chandler. It could very well be Axe. I'm going to have my money on Chandler. Why not?
I'm going to do something absolutely crazy, and it's Christmas time. I'm going to say Neymar is going to win the Dutch Grand Prix.
Oh yes.
And if he wins, folks, I'm telling you, I'll send you the lot of numbers.
There'll be a party somewhere.
I'll send you the lot of numbers if he does win. It's Chandler. Sorry. Hello, Echo in the chat. Don't mind me. Yep, I saw that too. Well, Port will have to leave. And there you go. Apologies for the cough there. It is 100 degrees in Australia at the moment. So I don't know what's going to happen here as Port is going around on lap number 1, even though I don't think Port is...
He's not in the session.
Yeah. Well, that's not good. We may be having a restart here in a second. Because...
Yikes.
Not much you can do about this. And I can tell you this right now, if this is when I'll be paying Katra money to make me a logo and a screen to say, "We will please wait.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right back." Now, who knows? I might start making some stuff like that. I'm going to be trying to do an overhaul of my streaming during the Christmas break, since we got 2 weeks off. On both ends, on Formula 1 and when I do iRacing. Which will be we would all pay the owners money just to get an iRacing F1 League up. Literally. Um, hey, I'd still stream it. I mean, iRacing GOAT. But BRL Tier
Might
1
as well.
even more GOAT as well, because I love doing commentary and we're having so much fun. As there goes Potts.
Here he goes again. He's on lap 2.
It's on
It's
lap
turn
2.
1.
I don't have Discord open, but I have a feeling we'll be having a restart here, folks, because
Look.
there's not much you can do about this. I don't think, rather than just restarting. That's
Restart.
That's all you can really
I'll be
do.
restart.
So we are restarting.
Crispy says the weather's gonna flashbang us.
The weather as well. Yeah. So stick with us here as the game just took me out of it anyway. Okay. Stick with us here. This is now the podcast. What? Okay.
Wait, what?
That was weird. Oh my god, that's a big crash behind.
Oh my god. Oh, everyone's crashed in a turn 1. Oh no.
Bailey,
That is incredible.
please put this in your review in like
Oh!
5 years' time when you do that video, and I'll make sure
Ferrari
to put.
nuts straight up murdered.
I'll
Duplicious.
make sure to put it in mine as well when I do one, as well. But it won't be as meaty as Bailey's. Oh dear. So let's see who won the non-existent race. Yeah. I would turn off the stream, but I'd rather chat. I love to have a chat. Just as long as we don't go too crazy. I'm still a Merc 1-2. Okay, still the same cars. We still got 19 people here. Hope you're all doing well. And look at those margins. Oh, you love to see it. Alright, let's uh-oh. Alright, I'm just gonna restart the game. Behind the scenes, folks. Behind the scenes.
Oh no! Burner clipped it.
Thank you all. Yes. But restart because, this game's fun. Because this game's a lot of fun, honestly.
Oh my god.
What a past 5 minutes that was. Oh dear. But maybe while I'm here, actually, I will hopefully pop up the right thing. No, that's the logo. There we go. The calendar, of course. We still have many rounds to go. And I'm going to pop it up on my phone real quick because I can't reach on my other screen because I'm a bit further away from my other screen at the moment since I'm currently commentating on the floor. And but let me just get into the game real quick.
Oh, and a quick word, you have the calendar up, right?
Yes.
We are not racing. So we are racing, what is it? We're not racing on New Year's weekend. We are racing at the Italian Grand Prix on the 8th of January. A little bit of a mishap there, just an FYI.
Yes. 2-week break, thank goodness. So, yeah, Italian Grand Prix, we always so anything can go down the Italian Grand Prix. Russia, a track that's boring as hell in real life, but for some reason League Racing can bring just craziness for some reason. Or you can crash into the safety car like I did 2 seasons ago. Singapore, again, one of those tracks where it can be one of the great races you ever commentate on, one of the most boring races of all time. Japan, another great circuit on the calendar. A lot of action can go down there, and really looking forward to the Japanese Grand Prix. Then we got United States Grand Prix in America, in Texas, and we got Mexico. Mexico can always be a wild race, especially in the lower tiers. The Australian Grand Prix at Melbourne Albert Park. The Brazilian Grand Prix, Mitchy's favourite because he's going for 3 poles in a row in BRL for that one. Saudi
I'm gonna take that off
Arabia.
of you.
What?
I'm gonna take that off of you.
Just want to point out, folks, that'll be the only race I'll be sweating all season at T3 is Brazil. That's the only track I'm good at. Saudi Arabia, and then Abu Dhabi, and then we got Imola, the final round, ladies and gentlemen, the final round at Imola. So it'll be interesting how Imola goes as the final round. I have not done a commentary on Imola yet, so I do not know what to expect yet from Imola. So that'll be an interesting final round. That is in March, so still a bit further away till that comes. So, yeah, a bit ways to go here in this one. But,
Yeah.
but anything can go down, no doubt about it. And I think we're almost ready to go. I'm going to turn the calendar off. And, yeah. It is hot as hell here in Australia. We're only a week away from the Christmas season. And, boy, I tell you this right now, folks, I cannot wait for Christmas Eve because that is when work is done for me. I cannot wait. And then I can just relax for like 20 hours. But good to see everyone still here with us. 17 people. We're about to get back underway here in a matter of moments. I believe we're waiting on one driver, and then they could be waiting to get the grid done as well, but the grid could almost already be done. And, yeah, what else can you say? But I've got a question for Katri, though, is that winning Tier 3 yesterday, does this mean that you will be continuing on as a Tier 3 and trying to become a Tier 3 champion?
You know, that second part, let's just wait on that one. I gotta make it to Monza before we think about winning the championship. But, I'll give it a shot. I'll give it my best chance.
Well, while I'm here, because we've got a little bit of time here still, just going to remind everybody of if they're done. I don't know if they're probably not done. T4 and T3 points. They're probably not done. If they are, I can just give you a little bit of an update on those at the moment. And they actually are. In Tier 4 at the moment, it's still Phantom on top by 7 points over James B. So it's a bit of a close fight in Tier 4, and Tier 4 is always wild. It always has been wild. So watch out for Tier 4. Later on through the season, no doubt about it. So can Phantom win? And can the Australian James Bean get that one? So who knows? It could be interesting how it pans out between those two in the Tier 4 championship. It's always a bit of a close one in the Tier 4 title. And Tier 3 points have not been updated, but still, it's most likely still between a few drivers. Ron Ardell. Yeah, okay. If he stops bottling. I can only say that because he's my teammate. And then, of course, Gary. And then if Katra wins every race, you never know. And then, where am I? I could still be P6. How am I still P6 in the Tier 3 championship, everybody? How?
You know what? I'm worried about Mitchie. Mitchie for champion. There you go. I'm looking backwards.
No, God, no.
He's gonna win every.
No,
he's gonna win. He's gonna win. He's gonna win Brazil. There we go. I finally got it out. And get 200 points. Just gifted. He's gonna win the championship. Call it now. He gets pole, extra 150 points. Win the race, you get 300 points.
I kind of deserve it.
Yeah, he deserves it. Yep.
I'll be sweating hard for Italy, though. That's the only thing left, folks, that I'm waiting to do as the league races, win the Italian Grand Prix. That's all I want to do. Who cares about a championship?
Yeah, you do that.
Who wants to win a championship, honestly?
You do that. I'll sweat for the 24 hours at Daytona.
The 24 hours. Hey, I'm sweating out for Daytona 500. Because that's the only thing I can drive on.
How do you sweat for an oval?
Hey, I'm on a control. Give me a break, okay? All right.
Okay. Excuse me. I thought you would, invest in a wheel, but my apologies.
One day I will. One day I will.
Go burn some weather on the controller.
I'll get New Zealand Ryan to buy me one. I can say that because he's not watching.
And before he's in the chat, so in.
No, it's not. Thank
you
God.
thought, bro.
Okay. Thank
Okay,
God.
good.
I'll get Ryan to buy me one. No, one day. And then I'll become a tier 1 driver and become BRL tier 1
And beat
champion.
Ryan.
Yeah, no, definitely not. I'll definitely not do that. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll invest a wheel.
One can dream.
All right, enough about iRacing.
I think we said the word once, dude.
Well, that's all we've been talking about.
True.
You can tell that's what everyone's interested in now. So, now, this is the interesting thing here at the moment is that everyone will now can have a second mind to changing tyres because we didn't get a start in the first start, of course. And look at this now. Look at this now. Look at the mediums.
Oh my God.
Well, that's a bit different story to the previous race start. Wow.
Yeah, that's everyone except for Sirhan, Shamrock, Edu outside the top 10 all on softs. And then Zenav, Ferrari. Actually, wait a minute.
All alone.
Edu changed the mediums. Shamrock's on the hards, so both Ferraris are all alone on the softs. And then you have Shamrock, the lone Aston Martin, on the hards.
And on the hard tyre. Wow. That's an interesting one. Hard tyres on. And Tini in the chat said Sinav for the race win. Well, I mean, if Sinav can have the softs to be boltering on and goes on to win the race, you never know, but I highly doubt. But you never know. Things can prove us wrong. We'll have to wait and see. But 36 laps around Zandvoort. It's going to be an interesting one with the weather. But pretty much everybody bar 3 drivers on the medium tyres. So this is going to be a very interesting race.
Yeah. Ironically, like I said, the last 10 Dutch Grand Prix have been won from pole. One of those, ironically, being Tier 1. Burundi won from pole a season ago, when only 7% of the grid, 1 out of 14 drivers, received penalties. So track limits, not a big deal. Pole position is the biggest deal. Chandler is starting from pole. Will he win?
Yep, that's the question. Will Chandler get this win? Can Chandler win here in this one? He would want to get the win. I guarantee that right now. Axe would want to try to get up there as well if he can. The best he possibly can. Raptor, always one that will try his absolute best to get up there as well. And we've got Sidaf on those soft tyres. And then we've got Port at the back in P18. 36 laps, 18 drivers. We've got Chandler, we've got Axe, we've got Supply Raptor, we've got Sidaf, and third, Mercedes, Alfa Romeo, Ferrari, and Williams for 36 laps here at the Dutch Grand Prix here in Verstappen land. And Ryan joins us in the chat as we're about to get underway here before the Christmas break for Breakout Racing League. We're racing at Zandvoort. It's a great start for Chandler Sater. Axe doesn't get the best up, but he will pull into second no matter what. He'll be happy with that. Chandler leads here in turn 1 on lap number 1. Sinav and Supply Raptor go side by side. The Alfa Romeo and the Ferrari, and Sinav goes through. Supply Raptor playing a bit of a smart game there as Sinav is on the soft tyres, as we see clean at the moment, but everyone going battle out hard here for position here at the moment.
Yes, then we saw.
Oh, that's Williams. And that's a big one.
He in contact with Ferrari nut.
Oh no, don't get stuck, don't get stuck. Oh, okay, yeah, he didn't do it.
Another car's around.
Oh, more cars around. Ferrari nut around as well. My goodness.
Sirhan, Shamrock.
Me. So, absolute carnage here at the moment. Chaos is absolutely at a tense pace here at the moment as Maniko and Crispy go side by side here at the moment. Crispy going deep to try to go for the move and gets it done. And the AlphaTauri now moves up into position number 8. Hoop in P7 here at the moment as lap 1 is done and Chandler sprints away for now.
And Zenav got past Raptor. He actually got a great start because of the soft compounded tire. He's only 4/10 back. Can he do something?
16.5. Chandler at a good pace this now. We see Bailey. Well, that's a big one.
I swear I saw it. That confirmed it. He got front wing damage. I saw a front wing fly off at turn 3. Edu retired.
And if that's a safety car, that's a virtual.
BSC.
And now wonder if he got involved with anyone there, or we just went off. I don't know. So as Steady Rick, I believe, retires in the pit lane. So Edu out. It's a virtual safety car, and wow. That's all you can say.
Yeah, it's been chaotic already.
It has, and Bailey down in P13. That's not what Bailey wants in the championship. Don't want to lose 26 points here today to any championship contenders that could challenge you. Boy, oh boy. So the VSC now comes to an end. Chandler with a second margin, and this is where Chandler likes to be, in the front and in control of this race. Sinev will try to see if he can get close to Axe, but Sinev may just sit behind, use Axe for a little bit, and be in a good position depending on if we're going to see Raiders. DRS now is enabled.
Yeah, that's going to be a crucial standpoint right now. Who has the DRS, who doesn't? We could see some DRS trains. We could see some late lunges down into Tarzan turn 1 or down into turn 11 with the DRS. It's going to take a daring move and a little bit of a pace advantage, especially through 14, to make it happen. We'll see who uses the battery, who stays off of it, because the more you use it, I guess harder it is to hard. Okay, wonder if I can get it out eventually. The harder it is to harvest. There you go.
Yes. Correct. As we see, we got Hoop as now. There's probably but Nico now off in the hearts. He goes off, and he now loses a couple of positions as well. So, the top 2 of the championship not having a great day here at the moment, and that top 2 could change. Well, second place in the championship could very well change after what we just witnessed here at lap 3 of 36. But we see Sinev slowly trying to get closer to Axe here at the moment.
Yeah, Axe right now has to do the best he can. He's out of DRS, so Zenev's going to have it. Axe will not. Will the Ferrari have enough pace? Out of 14, Chandler the fastest lap. Zenev grabs that one. Yellow flag through exit of 11. Port, he's around.
That was so many fastest laps. As we see, we got Mumu and Drinks now going over here for position number 9. And Mumu holds on to P9 here at the moment. So this will be swayed to position number 9. So we're watching this battle for P3 here at the P2 here at the moment. Supply Raptor not too far behind, and the Williams driver third as well. Sid not far behind either, and it's a big train here at the moment. It's not a big train, huge to cause problems, but it's starting to be packed up here a little bit, so this could bring some drama.
Yes, it can. From second, actually Chandler's now leading this DRS train, so it's now from first all the way down to 8th, with Mumu being the first one out of that DRS train. So it's about an 8-car train. Obviously I did the math in my head. Very smart. Neymar going to be close enough, but who can actually make a move? It may be difficult, especially with this DRS train, because, well, everyone's going to have DRS. The harder it is to overtake. Neymar's going to have a run on Fern. He may make a move into one. He's a little bit too far back right now.
Oh, no!
Wait a minute. No, he's not!
Oh, no. I saw that coming, and he's going to be under pressure here from Hoopy at the moment. There's a bit of contact between the two, but Fiend stays steady at the moment. I don't see any damage, so it might have just been gone away with it there. So Neymar pulls out of it at the right time, but my goodness me, that could have been more. Travis Maneko's around.
The tires may be overheated for the Haas. It just may have not worked out to 3, especially because the banking, well, that's going to be, I guess, overheating, especially the, the dip you have in the middle of it due to the banking. But you go down and then up again at the exit and entry of the corner, and it's just too much for the tires to handle. With his prior spin, it may have already overheated the tires once again. He's going to have a lot of work to do from 12th.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot of work to do. He needs this race to come back to him if he wants the chance to get some points here today. Hoop, sitting right behind Neymar at the moment, trying to see if he can get a move and move his way up through the field. That's what he wants. Axe with that DRS on Chandler will help him out so much. That's what Axe wanted to see that he was catching towards Chandler. So Hoop is through on Neymar.
Yeah, Neymar saw him coming as Drix gets past Mumu and let Hoop through. Didn't find it too hard. Hoop now up to P6, trying to fight off. Remember, he is now the closest one. He's the highest one of the championship right now, in the top 5 or so. That is in the points. Actually, other than Supply Raptor, sorry. He's the highest top 3, I should say.
Yes. And this is what Hoop will want. He'll need to move his way a bit further up, especially with Bailey down in P13. If there's no safety car towards the end of this race, boy, that's going to be put a lot of pressure on Bailey's race to try to get himself back up through the field. A lot of pressure. 0.7 the margin between Chandler and Axe. Steady as she goes between the front runners, but it's really this back pack. Hoop closing in on the next 2 ahead and going to try and see if he can close up enough to get a run for a pass for position.
Yep, Zenav's trying the best he can to stay with Axe. We could probably expect him in. As Pirelli says, the softs can do about 17-ish laps. Mediums and hards can both do 24 respectively. Yellow flag through the final, or the penultimate corner. Shamrock is around. Oh, we know it's not. It is Mumu.
Oh, well, we're both blind.
Yeah.
As Mumu will lose the position here now to Maniko. And, maybe it was because it was the evacuate part. It looked like it was a green dot. Never mind. But move our way back up here for the field. Lap 7 of 36 in this Grand Prix. Again, steady at the moment. It's pretty much everybody waiting to see what happens with the weather here at the moment in this race. If anything's going to go down in this one. And everyone taking it steady, waiting for their right moment to find a possible chance if they can get a run and go for it at turn 1.
Yeah, this is the prime opportunity to overtake because turn 10 and turn 11 is not necessarily the best opportunity for it. The straight's just not big enough and the runs are, well, with the dirty air, it's not very high. So you could get the best chance to go and overtake into turn 1 through turn 14, but you need to be close enough through 13 and have a great run through there. And right now, it's just not close enough for a lot of drivers. Hoopalish is the closest one. He's on the button for a bit, but he's under 20%. He grabs the fastest lap of the process.
Yep, Hoop showing the pace he has here at the moment. But again, it's one thing to be quick, but you've got to get past some cars, and that's what he needs to do here at the moment if he wants to get up there. But he's pressuring that Williams as best as he possibly can to try to get this move done if he can. But it's not going to be easy. Sinav, a little bit close to Axe, but it's pretty much the same gap. Pretty much these three are just DRSing off each other. Supply Raptor not too far behind either. Look out for Supply Raptor a little bit later on the race to see what he could possibly do in this one. I'll be interested to see how it all plays out. But Hoop is getting closer to third ever so often to go for that move. But it's just, is he going to be close enough to get the run into turn 1? It's another thing. Oh!
Yep, this is going to be one.
Little moment there, but could that just help Hoop? Make him a bit hungry here to go for this move. Let's stay on board here with the Red Bull driver. No, it's just not going to be enough. It doesn't absolutely brutalise that barrier. The moment he sense it, goes for the move, a bit of contact between the two. And I'll tell you what, if that was F1 2018, Hoop would be in the wall right now. As Fern now looks for it back on Hoop, but it's not enough, and Hoop is through up into position number 5.
Okay, and him some points tend to be exact, and right now they're actually about to drop this DRS train. Crispy, he's actually fallen out of the DRS, so now it's going to be the top 7 who's in this DRS train, and Zinav is starting to get a little bit impatient. If I was inside that cockpit of the Ferrari, he's on the softer compound tire. He's on the C3, and he's stuck behind Axe and Chandler, the 2 teammates in front of him, both on the mediums, and the softs are just kind of degrading away. There's just no point. I think at the moment, the mediums may actually be the stronger tire.
Oh, they definitely would be. Definitely would be right now. They'd be in their own world and on good pace. The only thing that's probably helping out Sinef right now is he's in this train and he's not losing too much out of it at the moment. But those Mercedes are slowly starting to creep ahead, and that's what Sinef needs to try to hold on to him as much as he possibly can to stay in the fight. as long as he wants. Crispy's in the lane, and is this for a legit stop or is there damage? As we see, yes, wing change for Crispy.
Well, I was wondering if that could possibly trigger an undercut, and technically it could if the drivers are scared of that Alpha Tauri, but I don't think they would really worry about it because he has to stop again. The softs cannot last that long. Like I said, they can go about 17 to 20 or so laps from Pirelli. That would put him around 6 laps short of the window at maximum.
Yeah, it'll be tough going for Crispy from here, so we'll need a safety car to really get himself back in this race if he possibly can. So, lap 10 of 36 to 2 Mercs, looking very nice at the front here at the moment. A 1-2 right now, but there's still a bit way to go in this race. Raptors closing that gap on Sinav. That's going to be important for Raptors race. And Hoop closing on that fight as well. And Neymar closing in on Fern here at the moment. And Fern's losing a little bit to the DRS. Could lose that DRS here soon to Hoop. We'll have to wait and see with those two here at the moment and what that could do for the battle between him and Neymar here at the moment. But at the back of the pack at the moment, Mumu trying to close in on Maniko. 10th and 11th, those two. Crispy in P12. Bailey P13, Drunker General P14, Sirhan 15th, and Port all the way down in 16th position. So those guys at the back hoping for something late in this race to help them out if it possibly can. So Chandler still leads, but it's only just here at the moment.
Yeah, it's kind of just, the gap's kind of staying even between the top two, especially throughout the grid. Down, Neymar still trying to look for a move on Fern at the most possible opportunity for the Alpine. But actually, Axe got really close to the back of Chandler down that DRS straight. Actually, look at the gap between him and Zenav, the Ferrari in third. That's going to bring the question of the rain is here. It's on the halo. How much can it go? How hard will it rain? And when will possibly the intermediates be ready?
That's going to be the question on everyone's mind. And at least, of course, we have to do a restart, so it's pretty much the similar weather to what it was. So custom weather in a way, so it's not going to be as like questionable on what you think the game's going to do or not. So these guys have an idea what's going to happen in this race. So when are those instances going to be ready? When is it going to be enough for intermediates? That's going to be the question. And I feel like Sinev has just got to hold on as much as he can as Crispy gets the fastest lap of the race. And it could be the fastest lap of the race depending on how this weather turns out towards the end of this Grand Prix. And Hoop closing in, and Sinev is starting to lose that DRS second.
Yeah, he really is, but he needs to hold on. The softs are going through a grading phase at this moment of the Grand Prix, and with the weather and the track now starting to become a little bit slick, the rubber washing away, it's not really going to help the Ferrari all too much, as Hooplicious is almost pushing Raptor through turn 12. As you can see, look at the track, it's almost ready for intermediates, and it's only been about a lap.
I wouldn't be surprised if someone came in here. Oh, Axe is gone! That's a big crash. Oh, they're all off. Raptor's off as well. 2 cars have gone off. And boy, oh boy, Hoop may have just made the greatest one. Hoop's gone on the hard tyres. As we see now, Neymar on the intermediates. Fern on the intermediates. So, wow. Oh, that final corner's going to be deadly for Chandler and Sinev and Driggs. Boy, oh boy, it's wet out there. It's wet. It's wet. Cars are in. Hoop's on the hard tyres. I have many questions.
Yeah, this is going to be completely detrimental to Hoop's race because now not only is he going to lose a lot of time to the intermediate runners, he can barely find traction himself, and he could barely be at risk, especially to turn 7 and 14.
Oh, no! That's a big moment there. And Neymar and Hoop, contact between the two. Oh, it was never going to end well there. Oh, my goodness me. Chandler's at a dawdle at the moment. And I want to see how these guys go through the final corner here because it's going to be absolutely deadly through there. Oh, my goodness me. As we see Chandler now, what will he do? Comes around the last corner. He's taken it at a crawl just to make sure he doesn't spin as he comes into the lane now. Sinav survives. Driggs as Fern, PSR Fern, will be the race leader, and look who will be in second.
Hoopalicious is around, and well, the top two are in.
Actually,
Namor has a good chance.
Chandler may stay hold on. Let's see.
He may.
Oh,
yeah,
he does. Wow.
That's crucial.
That's crucial, yeah. Well done to Chandler there. He just held on. And Sinab still P4, so those guys, not too bad from them there to just hold on to that lead. Hats off to them as we see Hoop struggling on those hard tyres.
Yeah, Hoop is kicking himself right now because he apparently did not have the strategy ready. The rain probably came a little bit earlier than he expected. He darted in the pit lane, and he didn't have the right tire selected, or Jeff put him on the wrong tire. Regardless, he did not have the right strategy going on down in the pit wall, and well, this is going to be his session, pretty much his chance for a win, unless barring any safety car or complete drama, which is not out of the question. It pretty much could put him out of contention.
Well, that's just, you're probably right. I think it's just, we saw that rain. You said it. It was almost ready for it to miss when they were coming for that last corner, and everyone was just like, "All right, we got to come in." And especially with, by the way, Axe P7. So Axe is still not doing too badly, being in P7. And was it Raptor that went around as well? I believe,
yeah,
in P5 as well. So, I mean, they've lost margin to the top four, but still position-wise, it's not too bad.
My main concern, and it may be slight, but Axe and Raptor both hit the barrier. I believe Axe hit it at least with his rear wing. I'm not sure if Raptor hit it with his rear or his front wing, but do they have any form of damage that could be official? If they have rear wing damage, we saw it from, I don't remember who it was. I believe it was a Tier 2 race at Hungary. Any kind of rear wing damage can unsettle the car beyond belief. Imagine that at a track where there is high and low elevation changes and long sweeping and banked corners in the wet. It can be beyond, I guess, beyond a driver's ability to save that car. If it is too damaged, at the moment it looks like it's okay for Axe, and I don't see anything wrong with Raptor's car either.
Yeah, look, everything looks okay for those two at the moment, so it looks like they're good at right now, so that's what they'll be hoping for. 1.1 seconds for Chandler Soda at the front. Neymar in third right now. Sinad P4 and P5 for Supply Raptor. I can tell you this right now. Probably third and Neymar probably praying that we do not get a safety car towards the end of this race. But there's still a long way to go. Lap 16 to 36. And we've seen it throughout the tiers this week. A late race safety car is very possible.
Yes, extremely possible. And, well, the window for a safety car to come out at the latest is lap 33. It has to go in by lap 34, but it's lap 16. We've done 15 laps, and there's still 21 left to go. There's still a long way away, and the weather could stay. It could not. It could leave. We don't know. The drivers don't know. They have an idea, but they don't exactly know, because, I mean, obviously it caught a lot of them off guard at that first sequence. It could do the same thing at the second sequence if it happens.
That's right, could very well, especially with it going to dry, so it could still cause more chaos here at the moment. Some drivers could gain a bit more out of it. If it dries up quickly, you don't know. You don't know, and that's what it pretty much did with the weather here. When the rain came down, you saw it, how it got really wet throughout the field, but Chandler managed to hold on only just with the lead, and now he's pulling away at the front. 1.1 seconds is the gap as we close it ever so slightly halfway through this race, as Verona and Axe going out here for position.
Yeah, it's going to be crucial for these guys to really set consistent lap times and to make sure that they keep and nurse these intermediate tires. Most important, to keep it out of the walls. But right now, it's just going to be kind of the waiting game. Right now, you see Mumu chasing after Axe, and that was definitely something that saved him. You saw him around a couple of times. Oh, Axe saves the car.
He's done that a few times.
From him.
He's done it a few times. Yeah. Wow.
Has he actually?
Yes. He has had a few moments. And he's holding on to it though very nicely, and he's still looking okay on pace-wise, but Moo is right up behind him at the moment.
Yeah, he really is. These guys are trying to use every inch of track they can. The curbs on this track in the dry are very sketchy, to say, I guess, the least. In the wet, they're not too forgiving either. And, well, they're kind of just following along. Ferrari in front, the Red Bull in 6th position. This really helps him out as well. He gained a couple of positions from that pit cycle.
Yeah, it did. It definitely helped out there. As we see Axel closing back in here on Ferrari. I want to put it in the margins come down a little bit between the top 2 at the moment. So DRS train could be created between the top 4 here in this race. We'll have to wait and see. Well, DRS train, yeah, train, you could say, in wet conditions. So let's move back up to the front here at the moment. It is Chandler, 1.1 seconds to gap. Neymar not too far away on the podium. Sinav P4, and then we've got Supply Raptor P5, 11 seconds behind that top 4 here at the moment. So, as we said before, as Name third is off.
Yes, gets back on track, and thankfully for the likes of a lot of these drivers in here, keeps the underboard intact. So while he's rejoining. But that's going to put him behind Zenav again, and going to be a little bit off the lead, and it may actually put him under pressure from Raptor if he's not too careful, getting the grass and gravel off his tires, which could be overheated. He has to figure that one out, and hopefully he can stay on the track and recuperate, and Joe claw back at a chance of a podium, because right now Neymar pressurizing, or getting pressurized rather, by Zenav.
Does he have... I'm trying to see. He does.
He does have damage.
He does have damage. I thought so, because I thought there's no way he was driving like this, even if it was not damage. So, oh, and he probably just lost another end plate. So he comes back into the lane, and yeah, so... I wonder where... Unless he just went off and he's hit the wall, or he spun and hit the wall slightly. But he comes into the lane, so that's changed a lot of things. Meanwhile, Moo looks for the move here on Axe into turn 1. Side by side, these two go. A little bit of a touch, and Axe holds on for now. So that brings Ferrari up into the top 5 in this race. As Axe, Moo, this battle's absolutely heating up here between these two at the moment, as Ferrari pulling away in that top 5 position, and Drink's not too far behind in 8th. No, don't commentate the curse again, please, as Drinks holds on. Oh my god, I thought he was gone and he's going to be in the wall, and I was going to regret it. But Moo, Axe, Ferrari, great battle here between these 3 here at the moment.
Yes, it is. And speaking of pulling away, Chandler has dropped Neymar 2.5 seconds, come down a tiny bit, but now Neymar is going to have Zenav for company. But these guys right now, especially Axe, he's looking backwards more than forwards, because he's all Moo with the runoff of 14, going into the Tarzan turn 1. He knows that Moo wants to get a move on, and he obviously wants to get a move on as well. That's kind of the driving nature of a racing driver, but he can't get past Ferrari at the moment. So, I mean, I don't know. If I was really Axe, I would be wary of that Alpha Tauri behind me. But I would try to get past the sister car, ironically, or the sister team, rather, of the Red Bull and Ferrari net.
And I can tell you this right now, I just feel like Neymar is going to try his absolute hardest to try to undercut and get on the dry tyres before Chandler. He's going to try that. I just feel like he will try to do that, as Moo's actually off the track there slightly. Don't know what was going on there between anything went down there between him and Axe. So these two, boy, everyone trying to get the absolute track limits in this race here at the moment.
Yeah, so what happened was going into 3. Moo looked for a tiny bit of a peak down the inside, and he couldn't get it because of that high apex curb, but there's a little bit of contact between his front wing and the rear wheel of Axe, putting him offline a tad bit, which caused him to compromise his exit. He almost lost traction, and that's why they had a little bit of contact, and kind of Moo had to recuperate himself, going off track to do so. But Port is actually closing in. He's really close to the back of Sarhan for 14th. We have a battle, and now it's going to be gone.
Let's see if Port will try to go for it. On board with Port, P15 here at the moment with the McLaren, looks for the move here on the Ferrari. He will sail on by, or will he not? Yes, he will. Sirhan does not fight it hard, and port P14 Hoop all the way back in 16th.
Yes, he's going to have a long way to go, and it may be extremely difficult for him to grab anything from this race. At this point, I think Hoop is just contemplating rather if he really wants to, I don't know, I guess try to find something out of this race, or if he's just kind of already thinking about maybe, what could happen at Monza in 2 weeks' time. But right now, he's still 16th, 7.7 seconds off of Sirhan, still trying to fight because he has a championship on the line. He's trying to chase down Bailey, 90 points. But right now, no one in the top 3, barring Minico, who is in 9th. So basically, 2 out of the top 3 will not score. Bailey in 11th, yellow flag,
and
Hoop. Is that Hoopalicious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're joking me! Oh my God, it's a safety car.
Never mind. That is not the last straw for Hoop.
Well, he's about to get lapped here as, wow, that has just changed everything.
It has.
Wow. So we saw the front wing on the front straight. If it's still there or not, no, it's not. But it was there, so there was a lot of debris there. And that has now brought out the safety car here in this race. Well, that now brings the field all back together.
Yeah, this is going to be for Shorttrack's the first one into the pit lane. He's going to probably set a new, I got to put a new set of intermediates on him. Yes, he does. So that's going to put him down the order a bit, put Bailey up to the top 10. There's a chance that this could go in the favor of a lot of these drivers like Bailey, like Sirhan, like Hoopalicious, like like Undecided Port, or some of these drivers like Axe or Supply Raptor, who really kind of, their mistakes, especially going into that whenever the crossover point happened. This puts them back together. Zenab, Neymar, Chandler. He's not so safe anymore. Look at that gap between him and Supply Raptor. It's got to be going away.
Well, that's okay. Yep. True, Echo. But lap 22 of 36, and boy, now things will get very interesting. We see a few cars come in. Some of the guys in the back of the pack will definitely come back in the lane and put a fresh set of intermediate tyres on, since they're really not in a position at the moment. And why not put a fresh set of inters on, even though if it's going to dry out towards the end of this race. So safety car out due to a spin from Hoop. And that has just made this race even more interesting because it's brought Supply Raptor back into it. We've got Ferrari back up there, Axe back up there, Moo, Maniko, Crispy, and Bailey. Some of these drivers who are a bit further back and did not have a great opening laps to this race are now back into it and could get themselves back a few more positions, a few more points in this championship, especially for the championship leader.
Yep, that's going to be something that Bailey is really going to be thankful for. So I guess it is, it's the holidays, so I guess you could be thankful for things. Bailey is going to add the safety car to that list, so he's going to send a Christmas card to Hoopalicious if he ever gets the chance. So he has a chance to possibly grab some points out of this, and before this, he may have thought those hopes were slim. Now it's a pretty good chance if he could hold on for about 14 or so laps. Safety car may come in on lap 24, I believe. So we could have a race going on, about 13 laps to go when the safety car comes in. What happens?
Biggles in the chat, hello to you, my friend. It's great to see you, and I hope you have a great Christmas yourself. It is a balmy day in Australia at the moment for me, and Katra's probably loving life. But it is an interesting one, no doubt about it. And Santa says lapped cars may pass the safety car. Well, if only Santa, would do that, we only wish, couldn't we? We only wish that could happen. And Fern at the moment down in P11. Fern was looking very good throughout this race, but Fern's got to find some speed in this one. Find some ways to go past. There's a lot of drivers, especially Bailey, Crispy, Moo as well, Axe. They'll be hungry to get some moves done here at the moment because, their race has not gone well for them. So it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah. It's going to be really, I don't know. This is going to be tough here for a lot of these guys because the safety car restart is going to be completely up to the discretion of Chandler, which should, I think, in theory, be in this lap, by the way. So we saw a lot of drama go throughout the cheer racing this weekend as Ferrari has completely tried the NASCAR line, I guess you could say, through the banked corner of 3, trying to find every available, I guess, either inch of grip or space. I don't know, regardless, he went there. But a lot of drama has been through these safety car restarts, especially with this banked corner of turn 14. It happened in Tier 2. We had a stack up in Realistic. We had, I mean, it's completely the Chandler. He could go from the beginning. He could just go and just kind of follow the safety car in until the race, until the pit lane, and then just start going there. He could wait all the way to the start-finish line. He could go as soon as he wants to in turn 14, but the tires may be cold. The rain is still here. We could see some drama through 14. It's going to be very cautious with some of these drivers. It's going to be interesting to see really what happens on the safety car restart and everything after. This could very well be the chance, if the dries do not happen, this could very well be the last safety car restart of the race.
And quick tell in the chat, yes, that is sadly true, but we haven't actually had any bad ones since the start of 2020. But we're about to get back underway. Chandler and Neymar. Neymar in P2, Sinav P3, Raptor, and then Ferrari Nut here at the moment. So we are coming down to the final few laps here, 12 to go. And what will we see some dry conditions? We'll have to wait and see, everybody, as we're about to get back underway here in Zandvoort. It's Chandler versus Neymar here in the Dutch Grand Prix. It is, as now we see a few positions going on. Driggs. Oh no, there's chaos. It was free. It was about 3 wide. Oh no, and Fern is gone. Driggs, there was something went on there. I don't know if it was 3 cars 3 wide, but we saw there was contact between Fern and Driggs. And boy, that could have ended even worse. There's more chaos here at the moment as we see cars everywhere. There are cars everywhere. Hoops gone off. And hold your breath. That almost ended in tears. Because I think Hoops can't cause that, being a lap down, and my goodness me, let's just hold our breath for a second, because I think a car for now, or is Moo going to look for the middle of Friday? Yes, he does, and Moo now put a position number 6.
Yeah, so what happened on the front straightaway as we have still looking for that move for Roy Nutt on Moo, as Miniko now be invited to look for this move down into 11, as Drix is around. Drix got a great restart and split the middle of 2 cars, one being Fern and the other one being, I believe, Bailey, and they just kind of played dominoes down the front straightaway and bumper cars, and they just had some fun down there. We saw the back end of that.
Yeah, it was, we're also on board with, I think it was Driggs, and we just saw the dominoes effect, really, and then we see about 20 cars inside each other. Coming through to the end of that first sector. I don't know what was going on there. But we've got 11 to go. Chandler holding on for now. Neymar's in there in position number 2. We've got Sinav in P3, Raptor, and then Axe in the top 5 as Driggs and Ferd into the pits. As we saw before, as Hoop gets a 5-second penalty, a lap down, retires. I don't blame him as we see what's happened.
Sunderport was trying to go and pressurize Bailey into 3, had a little bit of a lunge into 3, a little bit of contact, kind of moved him out of the way NASCAR style, because it's basically a NASCAR corner. Kind of these drivers have been saying to me, you know, might as well. He tried the bump and run and didn't work on exit. He lost traction and almost went to the barriers. Thankfully for him in his race, he saved it. No damage that I can see on the McLaren.
Yeah, luckily saved it for his sake. And we're closing now on 10 to go. Let's go through this middle field at the moment because Miniko's trying to close up here on Friday if he possibly can. Crispy there behind. And then our championship leader, Bailey, still in position number 10, trying to find something if he possibly can.
Yeah, right now it's just going to be about the waiting game. Either it's going to either dry out or it doesn't. But right now Neymar has about 1.1 seconds to Chandler and about 8 tenths to Zenav. It's just kind of a teetering gap between 8 tenths to a second for everyone behind, except for Mumu, who's still pressurizing Axe, who kind of was trying to go through the move. Oh! Hits the back of the Mercedes into 3. Is there damage? I think there may be. No end plate. He still has an end plate, but I am not sure exactly what happened there. Moo not. Yes, he does have damage indeed.
He does, yep. He absolutely does. Verona comes through to position number 6. No! No! Oh, that was never going to end well, and that's caused a safety car. Oh my goodness me. That was insane. As they both still survive in that, and will come back around. The safety car is back out. We said it before, as we said throughout the tiers this week, the safety car late here at Zandvoort is absolutely 100% guarantee. But wow, that, honestly, I'm shocked that both of them are still in the race.
I am too. I honestly saw Minico hit the barriers. I thought he would be out of the race, but he only lost his left front end plate, which is quite shocking to me, and I'm surprised Moo didn't have much damage. He only, I mean, obviously he has no front wing, so he does have a significant amount of damage, but I thought he would be out of the race too, as both drivers, both the AlphaTauri and the Haas, will go into the nature of the pit lane and the safety of the pit lane in that race, and, well, in Moo's case, it may not be so safe. Almost hit the barriers, but, well, they'll get a wing change, both of them, and get back out there on the intermediate tire. Wow.
Wow. That was... and I'm surprised it didn't catch up any other drivers as well in that. That was a big one. Big incident. And we're under safety car. The Aston Martin safety car there. And our second safety car in this race as we're closing down the laps here in this Grand Prix. We have got 9 to go.
Yep, 9 more laps. The safety car should come in about 2 laps time. I don't think these guys from on back will catch the safety car in time for it to go in this time or next time by. So that should put us in with about maybe either going in on lap 30 or going in on lap 31, meaning we'll have around 6 or 5 laps remaining of the Dutch Grand Prix. I could see some drivers, if it does dry up, staying out on the intermediate tires, depending on how many laps are left, because that's it's predicted to dry up. We're not sure if it will.
But it also depends when it will dry up and how much will it dry up. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this all plays out. It's going to be one crazy finish, everybody, so stick with us, because this is going to be a wild one to the end here in Zandvoort. We should possibly go back racing this next time by, so it will leave us with 7 laps to go in what will be, as QuickTime said in the chat, sprint race to the finish. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, we saw a sprint race in Tier 3. We saw a sprint race in Tier 4. Not Tier 4, Tier 2. We saw a lot of sprint races so far this weekend. We could possibly see it again, and we could possibly see even more drama. And, well, at first you thought, how could there be more drama? Oh, there definitely can. And, well, there's definitely more time to do it. The intermediate's still the track, I guess, still the tire to be on. The track's still wet enough, but we could possibly see, imagine this, some drivers pulling a fronts, trying to go on maybe some slicks if they realize, oh, wait a minute, it stopped raining or something, which it's definitely still raining right now. So if we have a safety car, another one after this, it has to go in on lap 34, and by then I think there's some people that may just throw on the slicks tires, even if
I think they will.
Yet.
If it dries enough, with at least 3 to go, you're going to see some cars come in. And we saw what the rain did when it came in, and now with the dries, how quickly will it dry up, and how much could that cause things into absolute chaos? So 7 to go it will be. Chandler's still your leader, 15 cars still in the race, and my goodness me, this could be very, very interesting round the last corner. Chandler comes to get us back underway with 7 to go. A couple of cars checking up behind as our Sinev defending off Raptor. Neymar, I thought Neymar was going to look for it there, but here comes Raptor round the outside of the Ferrari. Can he get it done? No, we can't. And Axe now is going to be in this fight as well. Ferrari nuts in there behind. We got Crispy, and it's Bedlam behind. There's contact, there's more contact. Maniko and Mumu again, and it looks like Drink's trying to get up in this fight as well. And these two will go side by side. It's 1.4 between Neymar and Chandler as well now. So Neymar's obviously had a moment somewhere.
Yeah, and it's going to be crucial for Chandler, especially because if there is no safety car, I mean, right now, even though there's no DRS, regardless. So right now, this is going to be a huge buffer, 1.6 seconds, because it's been extremely difficult for people to overtake so far this Grand Prix, much less try to catch the guy in front. So if Neymar pretty much can act like a rear gunner for Chandler, even though they're not teammates right now, Chandler is loving this as Mumu gets past Sirhan, battle for 11th.
Oh, and Sirhan now loses a few more positions. Sirhan got a bit of damage, maybe. I can't tell. There's more drama. Drunken Shamrock. I think Port was there, but Mumu might have got caught up in it as well. Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, from what I saw, Port and Shamrock were going for the same piece of estate. Shamrock was pushed off the track, and that's going to be Mumu into the pit lane, and damage for, wow.
Oh, the
Maniko
same
and Mumu
two.
in the pit lane again.
Again, those two are the ones as Mumu retires in the pit lane. And it is still raining. It is still raining here at the moment as Mumu changes his tyres. So, wow, what else can you say here at the moment with those two? Mumu, I honestly do not blame him. We have 6 to go. 2 seconds is the margin for Chandler over Neymar here at the moment. Sinav there in P3. Raptor, Axe, Ferrari Nut, Crispy, Bailey P8. We got Port and we got Drunken Shamrock. That is your top 10 here at the moment.
Yeah, so right now, obviously 6 laps to go. There are still many places for drivers to make moves if they deem so necessary. But right now, you can see Crispy chasing after Ferrari Nut. He's actually not had the best of Grand Prix. Now he's up in the top 10 once again, trying to fight. He's been quiet all day, so now he's going to try to fight for this P6 from Ferrari Nut in the Red Bull, who's actually had a kind of an up and down day, but he's kind of sitting around in P6. He's trying to chase after Axe, who's chasing after Raptor, who's chasing after Zaf, who's chasing after Neymar. It kind of just continues on, but Neymar has a 2.2 second buffer to Chandler, and once again, it's just Chandler pulling away.
Katra, and Drunken Shamrock's out, and if that's a safety car, they're going to be all in. They have to be, because it stopped raining. It stopped raining.
I called it.
Yeah,
now how will it play out?
Surely, you have to. You have to. It stopped raining. I'd be stunned if I see someone out here trying to stay on these inters because it stopped raining. Oh my goodness me. As I was just about to say it stopped raining, Drunken Shamrock's DNF'd, and we have our 3rd safety car here in this race. Maniko's soft tyres, boom. And I tell you right now, I'd be stunned if I don't see the next 12 drivers do the same thing.
I mean, it's
still what
the safety car is going to.
It's still damp, but I just feel like we're on lap 32. It could be a 1-lap safety car. It could very well be, but we've seen it already with those wet conditions. How the rain came in, I just feel like it's going to dry up real quickly here. I don't know. It's someone could take the gamble, but boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Yeah, right now the gamble for Maniko is looking a little far-fetched, kind of drifting through turn 7. It definitely looks a little bit too wet.
Chandler stays out. Neymar.
Here we go.
I thought Neymar was going to think of it. I'm kind of surprised. Ferrari Nut, hats off to him. I think this is a good call because next lap, you don't know. It could be dry enough to be dry tyres, to be the better tyre than the Inters. You just don't know. That's just what in my head at the moment. So top 11 stay out, mainly because Chandler has stayed out, and so has Neymar. But boy, I know in their head they're thinking about it.
That's what I'm thinking. If it dries up,
here's another thing. Now there's only Fronut and Miniko. Oh, Miniko off in the grass. This could be interesting now that there's 11 cars to head on inters. We're most likely going to go. The safety car will come in this lap, most likely, maybe, because the last few laps when a safety car comes out, it's 50-50 when it comes in. Oh, this is going to be interesting, and it's going to be a bit tough for Fronut. It's 50-50 at the moment. I do not know.
I think it may
We're going on our lap.
stay out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Miniko's
And he
out.
crashed.
Is that, and a few of those drivers may know that Miniko was on the soft, so...
It's a
Oh,
late
my
call.
God. Late call. Oh, it's rigged. I'm telling you, it's rigged. I'm kidding. It's, wow. This is
No, Mikey,
classic...
no.
No, Mikey, no. It's what usually we see here in Codemasters games, the late safety car in the last few laps. And what will that do? We have one car on the soft tyres. Will it get dry enough for Fronut to gain any margin here? This is going to be interesting. Final 3 laps. Here we go.
Oh, no!
Oh, no! What has happened here? It's
McLaren.
The McLaren is around. Fronut's got to be cautious here at the moment. And, oh, everyone vying for position here at the moment. What happened there?
It looks like it was McLaren's were trying to fight off against Bailey. Bailey was looking for a move on Crispy, but both McLaren's were side by side, and one on the inside, I'm not sure exactly which one, went a little bit too deep, tapped the back end of the Alfa Romeo, and spun him right around in front of the field. Maybe has a little bit of damage on, I believe it was either Port or Drix. Regardless, one of them spun around. The other one may have front wing damage.
Wow. Unbelievable. We saw the back end of it on your screen, everybody, but wow. Unbelievable. Chandler holding on here at the moment for the lead. It is still reasonably wet here in this part of the track. So these guys right now have definitely made the right call. But what are the conditions going to be like in the last 2 laps? We got 2 to go. Chandler holding on. We got Neymar second. We got Sinath in third. Raptor fourth. And Axe in P5. As Axe is in! Is that damage? Or is this a strategy call? It's a strategy call. That's a bold move from Axe to do it now, in my opinion. You're not going to gain much out of it with 2 to go, but he's going to maybe try to see if he goes for a fastest lap, but that's a big gamble. Oh.
It's a huge gamble. It may not work out, but Fronut's actually gaining a pretty good amount on Bailey, so it looks like it is around the time for soft pound of tires. Look at the track. It is not as shiny anymore. There's still some water on the track. It's still slippery. Fronut's still not at full push, but look at the time he gained through 7 on Bailey. Bailey running wide. It's going to be an easy picking for him through into 9, into 10. Shamrocks. Ooh.
Let's look at the gap. It's 7.9 seconds. It's a short track. I don't think he's going to do one of the most unbelievable things that could happen. I don't think he will, but this is going to be interesting. We're coming to the final lap. Chandler still leads. I can't see any of these intermediate guys pinning if they want to lose the track position. It's bone dry now. It really is. There's still parts of the track that may be damp. DRS is now enabled. Fronut now up into P7. Let's look at the gap. We're going to show you the gap here, 6.5, but he has to pass 6 cars if he wanted to somehow win.
This could be the lap of the gods here from Fronut. It has to happen if he wants any chance at this. Look at the amount of time he gained so far through a couple of corners. Yep. About 7/10 already.
He's not going to win, but he could maybe sneak a podium. Maybe. Oh, close with him in Port. He's off in the grass. And that's a great job there by Fronut. He's up in P6. And because of the chat might be right, it might only be a top 5 here for Fronut. My goodness me. Chandler is going to win this race, we think. But look how Ferrodut's closing in. He could still get on that podium. He's going to go for it on Supply Raptor. He says thank you, goodbye, and goes up into position number 4. He should get this top. He will get third and... I think he will get third and second, but I don't know if he's going to get Chandler. Hits the back of Sinev. Oh, he looks for it on the Ferrari. Gets it done. And now it's Neymar next. Chandler's just going to hold on. Ferrodut's looking for the move on Neymar. Gets it done, but Chandler just holds on for the win. Ferrodut second, Neymar in third, and that was unbelievable. As we see, Fern is out around the final corner, coming onto the front straight, and Axe manages to get up into P8, and that was a finish.
Wow. Just wow.
Thank you, Phantom, for subbing. Well, that was absolutely an incredible finish there. And boy, oh boy, when we talked to Verona, I guarantee you right now, he would have been praying that the track dried out a lap before, because if it did, wow. What else can you say? What else can you say with that one? That was incredible finish. And in the last race of 2021 in Breakout Racing League for Formula One Gaming side of things, that was incredible. There is the results, and I'm just going to remove the Merry Christmas so you can see the full timing. There you go. So Chandler top, Ferrodut second, Neymar in third. That was incredible. Crispy with the fastest lap of the race, by the way, with a 1:12.2. And, wow.
Yeah, that was an incredible race, and, well, I just speechless. That's all I can say.
Well, our top three's in with us. You can kick us off.
Alrighty. On to third, Neymar in the Alpine. Obviously, podium nonetheless, but it could have been something more, chasing down Chandler a majority of the race. But, well, describe what I want to know, more importantly, is obviously the race through your eyes, but more importantly, or more specifically, rather, tell me your insight on that last couple of laps, because that was definitely something of, do you pit, do you gamble, because obviously it ended up paying out, or do you stay out like what you did?
Well, me and Chandler knew it was going to go dry, but we didn't think they'd have enough time to, you know, catch us, and it kind of worked, I guess, but I still got past. So, yeah. But we didn't want to pit because we were leading, so.
Yeah, that's definitely something that is still got me speechless pretty much, but congratulations on that podium from yourself, P3 regardless, and going into the break, what do you plan on doing? Because we're usually, I would say, what about next week? There is no next week. We come back on the 9th, or 8th, sorry.
Not play this game.
Wow. But I don't blame you, to be fair. But congratulations once again on your P3 finish of the Dutch Grand Prix. To P2 then. Oh, it was so close. Oh, so close. But it was a strategy. Honestly, I was going to say it needs a lap of the gods. You went from 6.5 seconds to 1.5 seconds. It was so close. But P2 regardless. Ferrodut, welcome back to the podium. Congratulations.
Yeah, boy!
So, I guess I asked the same question to Neymar. I said to you, run me through your thought process. Obviously, you were outside the top 10 when you pitted, I believe, right?
No, I was in 6th or 7th, one of the two.
Oh, yeah, that's my bad. Okay. Well, yeah.
I said, you know what? I see the rain getting lighter, and if it had just been, that safety car had gone for one more lap, but it actually, if the race was one lap longer, but either way, I'm stoked with that because I recorded that last 5 minutes. I'm going to put it up in the chat. That was hair-raising and awesome. I'm still shaking from that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. That was an incredible drive through that last couple of laps. You were oh so close. You just needed a couple more corners to be more specific. or I guess the DRS to be more powerful through turn 10 into 11. But P2 regardless. And now I'll ask you the same thing and ask Neymar. What do you have planned the next couple of weeks for the break week?
Relaxing, just normal stuff around the holidays, but nothing too crazy. I'm gonna just not touch this thing at all for like 2 weeks and recharge a bit.
Well, I don't blame you also as well, but congratulations on your podium, P2. Congratulations to Neymar, and now we move it over back to Mitchie for Chandler Sita.
Well, Chandler P1 was out in the front for most of that race. The rain came, the last few laps happened. Talk us through that one.
Yeah, so medium pace was awful. I have realized. I could not drive at all. I was slow in the race. But then the rain came and I almost did a Lando Norris. I should have pit. I didn't, but luckily people crashing behind or whatever led to me coming out just in the lead. And so it was just controlling the inter period, and that's what I did the whole time. From there to the finish, it was just controlling that. So in the end, that ended up being enough.
Yeah, it ended up being enough and just getting that race win. Heading into the break, what's going to happen at the break? Going to be like everyone else who don't play this game?
Considering I usually, well, actually that's a lie, what I was about to say. I was going to say I only play it once a week, but this time I played it 2 times this week because I played on Monday. So maybe I play it once over the break, but no, I usually don't play the game that much anymore, so I think it'll just be like usual. Nothing real exciting to come for Italy, so yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much everyone, which I don't blame them. But thanks to our top 3 for coming in. Thank you, Katra, once again, for a great session of racing. 2021 for Breakout Racing League is done. Don't forget, ACC is still left to go for our last few races here in 2021 for Breakout Racing League. Folks, have a great Christmas, have a great New Year, and we'll see you back here for Breakout Racing League at the Italian Grand Prix. It's a goodbye for now.